Have you ever noticed in these mini vlogs, I don't think I've recorded one yet so far that does not involve a cup of coffee. And I promise the lighting will get better in a second. But yeah, I'm just that bad of a coffee addict, guys. I love my coffee. What's up, everyone? What's up, everyone? Did I just say everyone? How y'all doing today? My name is David Franco, and welcome to another miniature vlog, mini avlocity vlog, whatever you want to say. I'm trying some new glasses. What do you think? These I've been wearing for years, literally years. I am way overdue for an eye appointment. Thankfully, my prescription hasn't changed too much. And back when I bought these glasses, they had like a buy one, get a second pair, 50% off, whatever sale. So I bought these as well. And I've worn them maybe like 5 or 6 times. They're I'm sorry. They're not anti-reflective like these are. And they're not transitional, but I figured I'd mix up my appearance. Anyway, I'm not here to talk about glasses, guys. I'm here to talk about a very special series that meant a lot to me as a kid. Little Stripes is here. A series that I started playing on the Sega Saturn, unlike most gamers. And I say that because, come on, you coming in? Why do cats do this? Like they act like, okay, fine, I'll see you soon. I tried, and now she's giving me that look. It's like, I tried to let you in, Little Stripes. Anyway, most people started the game I'm going to show today on the PlayStation or PC. Me, not so much. We were a very Sega-centric household. We got the Game Gear instead of the Game Boy. We did have a Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis at the same time, which I'm thankful for. But the point is, we got a Sega Saturn instead of the PlayStation 1. Now, eventually, there's a bug in here. That's what you get when you open the door. Eventually, we did get a PS1. But the point is, we got a Sega Saturn first, which I know wasn't the smartest decision. But I regret nothing. I regret nothing because the Sega Saturn was definitely a special time for Sega. It was their second to last console before the Dreamcast. Rest in peace. The Dreamcast will always and forever be one of my favorite consoles of all time. But yeah, the Saturn had quite a few good games. Unfortunately, I never owned Nights into Dreams, and that's kind of like the Sonic of the Sega Saturn. I think most people owned Nights. Now, I did play it. I played the demo, absolutely loved the demo, but for whatever reason, as a kid, I never got around to buying Nights. Eventually, I will. Yeah, these non-anti-reflective glasses are definitely a little distracting. It is what it is, bear with me. But getting to the main points of this pointless blurb, maybe it's not pointless to you. The Sega Saturn had quite a few good games, and one of those games was related to this. Tomb Raider 1 through 3, remastered. And this is sent to me from my wish list, which is always linked right below. I don't push the wish list too much, but now and then you guys are just amazing enough to send me a game. And I think this is only like $20, thankfully. And of course, by that, I mean, I'd rather you spend 20 than 60. That's just, I don't know. I don't like the idea of people spending too much on me, but that's not going to stop me from putting things like DualSense controllers on my wish list. I don't know. I just put it out there because why not? That's exactly why it's called a wish list. I mean, it's not called a guaranteed list. Okay, hope you enjoy this from Rup Sarkar. Dude, Rupert, is that your name, Rupert? Now I feel bad because you were in my stream on Saturday night, right? And I didn't thank you because I didn't know this is from you. So dude, thank you so much. I really appreciate this. And I'm a big fan of the modern day Tomb Raider games. Like, they're so freaking good. The newest one, I definitely liked less than the Tomb Raider reboots. What was the latest Tomb Raider game called? You know what, let's see how smart Alexa is. Alexa, what's the newest Tomb Raider game called on the PlayStation 4 or Xbox One?
From Insider.com, the newest game in the franchise, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, comes out for the PC, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One on Tuesday.
On Tuesday? Why is it Shadow of the Tomb Raider? I forget which one is which, but basically I bought it twice because eventually they came out with a remastered version on the PS4, And I played through it again, like from start to finish. I got most of the collectibles. Honestly, guys, I think I'm at 99% completion. There's one thing I never found, and I refuse to look it up because I'm stubborn like that. But the newest Tomb Raider I recall being more linear, so I wasn't a huge fan of that. But the one before that, which may have been Shadow of the Tomb Raider, I forget. Honestly, I forget the exact title. But do know this, that one I liked so much more because it had a more open world aspect going for it. The new one wasn't bad. It was more of like a revenge story and it felt deep, but it was too linear in my opinion. Now these games are obviously linear and I'm not going to diss them for that because we were in a different time back then. This is going back to the PlayStation and Sega Saturn era. So included we have Tomb Raider 1 and 2 plus Unfinished Business, which I'm assuming was some kind of add-on or DLC, I'm not sure. Tomb Raider 2. Actually, Tomb Raider 2 was my first Tomb Raider game, right? On the Sega Saturn? Or is it the original? Now I'm second guessing myself. I think I have the original Tomb Raider on the Saturn and Tomb Raider 2 on the PS1. Guys, cut me a break, it's been years. And Tomb Raider 3, I have as well. I think I borrowed that from a friend and never gave it back. I don't know, for some reason that memory is, you know, rolling around in my head right now. But anyway, with all that aside, I am very excited to play through all three of these games. I never beat the original Tomb Raider. I don't think I did. I beat 2 or 3, whichever game had the ending where she's basically back at her mansion, right? And she's ready to take a shower. And she says something very cheesy like, "Don't you think you've seen enough?" And she takes out her shotgun and shoots the camera, and then the credits roll. I thought that was so cool. Because as a kid, as a little horny teenager, I'm like, oh my god, we're gonna see her boobs. But no, we never actually saw her naked. Anyway, yeah, so I'm definitely excited to play through these eventually. I say that because my backlog is getting bigger and bigger. I beat The Last of Us again last night, Part 1 Remastered. It was my first time beating the remastered version on PS5. Absolutely beautiful experience. I beat it before, so it didn't like blow my mind towards the end because obviously I knew what was happening. But I am excited to say I'm going to go through Part 2 very soon, but not until after I go through the Resident Evil 4 remake, which I bought a couple weeks ago at this point. I still haven't opened it, or I mean actually put the disc in, so that's my next single player game. Then I'm going to go back to The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. Then after that, maybe Lego Horizon, the game Danny got me. And then maybe this, Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3. But the point is, guys, like I have so many games to play. So many games to play. But hey, it's because of you I have all these games. And guys, thank you. Thank you. I appreciate your generosity. And inside the case, we've got a get 20% off site-wide. Use the code CROFT20 for gear.tombRaider.com. So there you go. If you want that, use it. Honestly, I'm not going to use it, but maybe you can get like a Tomb Raider hoodie, 20% off. I'm coming, little tribes. I'm coming. Hold on. Let's just check the disc, because God forbid I don't show you the actual disc in the video, right? Look at that. We've even had the classic Tomb Raider, but obviously she's remastered. I'm just going to say this. If you didn't grow up in the 80s and 90s like I did, you missed out on some very pointy boobs. Back then, it was unheard of to, you know, have a sexy main character in a video game. So Lara Croft being the protagonist was a big deal, a huge deal for its time. And as a male gamer, not gonna lie, I was excited because I was like, wow, all right, I get it. So back then, now please excuse the visual presentation here, but back then the Sega Saturn and PlayStation 1 were extremely limited on, you know, the GPU and all that stuff. So we had very pointy boobies, literally like this, like giant pyramids coming out of her chest. But back then as kids, we were like, wow, damn, she's hot. This is amazing. Graphics can't get better than this. And well, look at us today. Anyway, it's always fun going down memory lane, even though it's very scattered. Like, I'm very knowledgeable when it comes to like Mario and The Last of Us and everything, but for whatever reason, Tomb Raider, I'm just very scattered when it comes to actually recalling my exact memories. But I know for a fact I beat the newer Tomb Raider games. And I definitely beat one of the classic Tomb Raider games. I just can't remember if it was Tomb Raider 2 or 3. But I'm fairly confident in saying that I never actually beat the original Tomb Raider. So this is now my chance, and I'll get some trophies in the process. Anyway, Rupsarker or Rupsarker, sorry if I'm butchering her name. Dude, thank you very much. I appreciate this so much. You're the best. And dude, if you want anything linked right below, let me know. Okay, I'm gonna enjoy my coffee, edit this video, and who knows, maybe I'll release it today. Why not? 2 mini vlogs in one day? What is this madness? Thank you guys so much. I hope you're having a great day. Stay dry, because it's been raining here all day in Pennsylvania. Personally, I don't mind. I'll talk to you soon. Peace.
Don't you think you've seen enough?